No, 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 no. You guys already had your 15 minutes. Today, we're reviewing the Transformers Fanbook 2020 Optimus Prime versus Megatron Battle Set. Coming up. Hey guys, welcome back to the 5R Show. I'm your host, and this is Raymond's Robots Reviews, Repairs, and Restorations. And as I mentioned before, today we're going to be reviewing this Transformers Fanbook 2020 from Japan that has included a small Optimus Prime vs. Megatron battle set. That set has two legend-sized toys, Optimus and Megatron. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to mention one quick note that I did hope you enjoyed the new intro and the new outro. I had been recently super obsessed with Photoshop, and I'd been experimenting with intros and outro videos and other things. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be trying to do better in the future. Anyway, let's get back to the review, and we are going to be taking a look at that fan book first. All right, now let's put those aside for later, and let's take a look at this fan book. Now, as you've seen my previous video, if you have, go check it out. It is the Bumblebee versus Barricade fan book set. Now, as you can see here, this has similar to that book, in which it has a bunch of activities for kids. This is mostly a kid's book, to tell you the truth, but kids are fans too, right? Anyway, here you have to match the toy to the robot to the vehicle mode, as in most of these. This one, you have to find these characters in that puzzle of toys. This is another one where you have to get these guys over to this section. For some reason, it says Basu Hazure, lost. This means you lost. This one I'm sure means you won. But anyway, you can see all the toys over here. In this page, you have to identify the characters that are swirled and identify the one that is not included in the swirls, which is Jazz. Over here, you have to match those logos to the robots shown below. And so you would check off the number according to what character it belongs to. Over here, you have to identify which Decepticon becomes what part of Devastator, which is Devastator. Devasta. And so you have to match all of them, or yeah, I'm sure it's all of them, to whichever section they belong to. Over here, you have to complete in Japanese the missing katakana, to complete the name of the robot. For instance, here it would be Iron Haido. So you have to finish spelling it out. Once again, you gotta cut out the pieces of the puzzle and put the puzzle together. Here, I'm not even sure exactly what it is, but you either use real darts or something. So I'm not 100% sure what you do here, but you got to do something that looks like plain darts. Here you have to look for this bumblebee in this cluster mess of bumblebees or yellow robots or something. This one, I'm not sure what it is, but it does say something about Optimus Mono Shiri Quiz. So maybe this is asking you questions about Optimus Prime. So you have to answer them. And they give you the options, the answers here, and you have to choose the correct answer. One of those games where you have to go from one to the next, from the start to the goal, and you have to go from Prime to this car to that car, and once again all the way down through. So I'm not exactly sure how this one works, but it's something like that. Let's see, this says Decepticon o Mitsukeru. Look for the Decepticons. So you gotta look for them. I think they all are. No. Well, some of them. But anyway, on to the next one. Pretty cool picture of the Siege toys or whatnot. And in this one, you have to spot the differences from the yellow picture to the blue page, yellow page to the blue page. There are differences in the toys, such as Wheeljack in the background in a different pose, and other things. So if you can spot the differences, you win. And again, this is Choki. What is it? Rock, paper, scissors. That's what this one is. Now, I'm not sure exactly what you're supposed to do, but I believe you have to use the Optimus and the Megatron toys that come with this fan book. Something like that. And again, once again, in the rear, we have the answer key, and down here you have the instructions for the toys themselves, and you have the obligatory retailing back here. They need to pander, and so of course, because that Prime, that Megatron are from the last night, they're going to promote the last night as well as Bumblebee. And with the whole new Netflix show coming out, I'm sure they're pushing more product out there. In the rear, you see a couple of different versions of Bumblebee and Prime, and I believe there might be a new book coming out too. Let's see what it says. Transformers Perfect, and I'm not sure what the kanji is, but I believe it might be, yep, it's going to be $18 for this book. And I'm not sure what it's promoting or if it even comes with toys, but I'm sure I'll be keeping an eye out for it. And so that's what this book is. So this is the 2020 fan book. The last one we did for the Bumblebee Barricade, that book was from last year, 2019. I had just recently found it, didn't even know it existed, but I do like my Transformer books. Now that you've seen that, let's get to the toys, and I'll be back in just a moment. All right, and here we are. Now that we're done with that book, we can take a look at this Optimus Prime versus Megatron Battle Set exclusive. As you can tell, the box is sealed. Make sure you get a sealed set. There's the tape. And like I said before, I'm going to use a cutter to open it up. And here we go. And you can use the cutter itself box as well. Now let's take a look at the contents. Now, before I release the content, I'm hoping that the Prime comes with a sticker sheet, but I doubt it. An older version of it had come with a sticker sheet attached to the fan book, which was not really a fan book, it was a TV magazine book. But I'm hoping this one comes with it, and for some reason I am doubting it. Oh, I see. Okay, here we go. So you've seen it here first. You got your Megatron and your Optimus Prime. Now, Optimus Prime here, as you can tell, let me put that up to the side. It already has some decos attached to it. In a previous version, those decos didn't exist. I have a translucent blue version of this, and it was supposed to come with stickers, so that's why I was hoping this one had stickers. I could then scan them and make a new set for the other Prime I have. Anyway, let's open these up and take a look at them. Okay, and as you can see, I have a AA battery here just for scale size reference. Put that aside, and let's transform this guy. I know you got to pull this, the torso, split apart the rear and split apart the front. The front become the legs. The front section becomes the legs. Gotta fold these feet down. I'm sure a lot of you Transformers fans already know this. Oh, this popped out again. Let me just pop it back in real quick. Wow, these really just pop out everywhere. Okay, and then we flip the rear halves, the rear section, to the front. And I believe you just popped that head up. And so if you didn't see that, I apologize. Let me adjust the camera just a tiny bit. There you go. And again, so you split the parts, the front parts and the rear parts, and then you just flip the ceiling or the roof section down. It makes me feel like this is a new version, but I don't know if it is. I think it's a recycled version. I'm sure it is. It does look like the original one I have, which is an all translucent blue. But there you go. I kind of do wish it did come with some stickers. The details are not that great. And for some reason it's just mostly blue. There's not even any red in this, and Prime is very famous for having blue and red. So it's very strange that this figure is just all blue. But I think that's because it's reflecting the last night. So, oh well. Okay. So again, that's Prime there for you. And give me a second, we're going to get started with Megatron. Alright, now let's get started with Megatron. Here we go. Once again, peel that tape. There's no biggie. Very nice quality packaging. I think the packaging is a better quality than the toy. But anyway, this looks like a simple transformation. You can see the feet already up top right here. So I'm sure you just fold those down. The front section also, I believe, yeah, see, it's supposed to split. There you go. The wings, I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, but oh, there you go. Okay, so you do flip the wings up. Bring the arms down. There you go. I'm sure that becomes his cannon. Bring this little arm. Oh, okay, I see. So there's a little articulation there. And then I'm assuming the chest pops open. Yes, the chest pops open. There you go. And the Megatron head pops out. And I believe we are done. And this is our last night Megatron Legend size toys. Show you. Let me put that AA battery here again, so you can see the actual toy there for you. Let's take a look at that detail. As you can see, that face is, well, the whole body is very finely sculpted. It does look very nice. Just insane detail. So that Megatron does look pretty good. I like the fact that the cockpit section becomes his cannon. I never would have guessed that, but that's pretty cool. I do like that. He has some knee articulation. The arms do not bend, but you just have the arm articulation. The head also does not. The head only swivels up and down. There's no articulation in the head. I assumed that this Megatron would be bad, but it's actually not. It's not a bad toy. The sculpting is amazing. The articulation is somewhat limited, but it is nice. The only problem I see, and you'll see here in a moment, is that the Optimus Prime is literally towering over Megatron. But for me, the review really is for the Megatron, which is a newer toy to me. I've never seen it. This one I've seen before, and it's got its limited details and sculpting, while it is posable as well. This one is limited in the knee section, so it is okay, of course, for a Prime figure. The truck mode is really nice as well, but the Megatron is actually very nicely sculpted. I mean, that's the impression I'm getting. The cannon is a nice surprise, where the cockpit becomes the cannon. The rear, you can see, and then there's the trademark logos are on the back. But anyway, let's transform them back. See what we've got as far as, here, let me put that back real quick. As far as the vehicle mode, like I said, as far as the vehicle mode, the toy is pretty nice. The thing is, with the movie and the vehicle mode, it's pretty good. You know, it's decent, of course. The thing that bothered me the most about the movie was that it was just such a convoluted mess. And when you ask questions about Megatron, such as, well, what happened to Galvatron? 1, 2, when did he get this mode and how or why? And they don't answer any of those questions. You know, they just assume that, Michael Bay just, yeah, don't worry about it. You know, it's just what it is. And it's like, no, man. I mean, come on. You need to follow canon. If you're going to make it, do it. Do it the right way. But, so for a toy of Megatron, it is a very cool toy. It really is. It's a very nice toy. But what the character Megatron represents in that movie was just not impressive at all. The toy itself is very impressive, and that's what makes this whole situation sad, that this little toy jet is very cool. It's very nice, very articulate. It's got a whole lot of detail, really. The only thing, bothers me are those feet. They really stick out like a sore thumb in jet mode. And they kind of look like, feet that belong on a bear or something, So, but, once again, it is what it is. And like I said, the jet mode is actually a really cool jet mode. But the movie just did not do this character design justice. The Megatron was in the movie for all, 10 minutes, just like Prime was? It was a Bumblebee movie. Again, it's all about Bumblebee. No other Transformers exist, just Bumblebee. So anyway, sorry for the rant. We got the Prime here. The Prime is the same. I'm sure these are all over the place, especially back in the US. The transformation, again, is a very simple one. And, well, in this case, these tend to pop off quite easily. But, again, it's just a simple transformation. The one thing that I did notice about this Prime in particular is, and I'll show you guys in a minute, the truck mode is the same, and I kind of think that the only difference on this toy are actually the wheels. I'm sorry, I'm trying to zoom it in for you guys so you can see those wheels. I think while they're cheaper, they are different. So I'm assuming, I'm not 100% sure on that, but the wheels in the rear, they do look different. So that's the only thing I can tell that might be different from this version compared to all the other versions released throughout the movie years. As far as that goes, that's the only difference I see. Everything else just, oh, sorry. I'm supposed to plug these in here. That's right. There you go. And once again, that seems to be the only different thing are those wheels. As far as everything else is concerned, the stacks and everything, it's the same toy. And I could be wrong about those wheels, but, well, that's what it is. And so, you got your Megatron and your Optimus here. Anyway, that's it for today's review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the Megatron. I kind of wish it was a special color too, because I believe that this is the actual color for that toy as well. So, but anyway, once again, thank you very much for coming back to the 5-hour show, guys. Hope to see you guys again in future episodes. And again, like I said, I was very obsessed with, I am still obsessed with trying to perfect my Photoshop skills. And so I hope you enjoy this outro, this temporary outro, and I hope to get better in the future. So again, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed the show. God bless, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of the 5-hour show. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff.